Assalamualaikum and hi. So we're going to explain about our case study. First of all, my name is Syahmi and I will explain the introduction. So we'll start with what is the meaning of extraction, transformation and loading, ETL. Extraction is process where we collect data from different sources like database, Excel files, websites or applications. It is because we want to gather raw data from many systems. And then we go to transformation. Transformation is process where we clean, organize and modify the extracted data into a proper format. This transformation it removes duplicates, correcting errors, changing data types, filtering unnecessary data and applying calculations. And the last one is loading. What is loading? Loading is process where we store, transform data into a target system like a data warehouse or database, so it can be used to make reports and analysis. So the second one, why data cleansing is important in ETL is because it removes incorrect, duplicates or missing data, it ensures consistency, it improves data accuracy and reliability. And then it will prevent wrong analysis and decision making. The last one is it will increase overall data quality. So if we don't use a proper data cleansing, reports and business decision will be inaccurate. We will not get the best result. And I will tell you the 3 common challenges in ETL implementations. Firstly is data quality issues. Because we want to handle missing values, inconsistent formats and duplicates records that will be difficult and it will take more times to handle. And then the second is data integration from multiple sources where different systems may use different formats, structures and standards, and it will make integration complex. The last one is performance and scalability where we process large volumes of data that can be slow and system must be designed to handle the increasing data over time.
Hello, Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. My name is Syahmi. So today I'll be explaining the section B to propose the step-by-step ETL workflow to integrate the sales, customer, product and branch data using Power BI. ETL stands for extract, transform and load. This process is important to ensure that data from multiple sources can be cleaned, integrated and structured properly before analysis. So, the first step, extraction. In this step, we use Power BI desktop, specifically from the Home tab by clicking Get Data. Here we use the appropriate connectors to import all datasets such as sales, customer, product and branch data. In this case, the datasets are imported using CSV files. These steps ensure that all raw data is successfully brought into Power BI for further processing. So, step 2, transformation. The second step is transformation, also known as the staging phase. Instead of clicking load, immediately after importing the data, we select transform data. This action launches the process query editor, which is where all data cleaning and modification processes will be performed before the data is loaded into the model. So the step 3, transformation, also called the cleaning process. In these steps, we apply cleaning operations to each dataset individually. For example, we remove duplicate records, correct or change data types, and standardize text formatting to ensure consistency. This step is very important because clean and structured data improve the accuracy of analysis and reporting. So, step 4, transformation, also called as integration. After cleaning the data, we proceed to the integration step. In the Power Query Editor, we use Home tab and then go to Merge Queries to combine related tables. And then, for example, we merge the sales tables with the product table using product ID. As the key, this allows product information to be added to each sales record. The same process is repeated to merge customer and branch data. This integration step ensures that all related information is connected into a unified dataset. So, step 5, loading. Once all transformation and integrations are complete, we move to the loading step. We click Home tab and then close and apply. This command executes all transformation steps and loads the clean and integrated tables into the Power BI data model. At this stage, the data is ready for modeling and analysis. Step 6. Model. The final step is creating the data model using model view. In this view, we establish relationships between tables, such as a one-to-many relationship between product and sales. This structure typically forms a star schema, which is improved query performance and make analysis easier and more efficient. With a proper data model, we can then proceed to create report and dashboards for business insights. And then, question 2, transformation operation before loading. So in this, I will explain at least 3 transformation operations that should be applied before loading the data into the data warehouse. So the first one, data type conversion. The first transformation operation is data type conversion, and it is important to ensure that every column has the correct data type. For example, the sale date column from Excel must be converted to the data type. The price column should be converted to decimal or currency format. Meanwhile, customer ID should be set as text to prevent leading zeros such as 00123 or from being automatically removed. This step is fundamental because incorrect data types may lead to calculation errors, incorrect sorting, and inaccurate analysis. So the second one, removing duplicates. The second operation is removing duplicate records, and for the sales tables, duplicate rows must be removed based on the transaction ID to ensure that each sale is counted only once. Similarly, in the customer table, duplicate entries should be removed based on the unique identifiers such as customer ID or email. This prevents data redundancy and ensures that the data sets remains accurate and reliable. So number 3, handling missing values or called nulls. The third important transformation is handling missing values, also known as null values. For example, in the customer table, if the address field is missing, we can replace the null value with a placeholder such as address unknown using the replace values function. In the sales table, if the quantity column contains null values, we need to decide whether to replace them with 0 or remove the entire transaction. This decision depends on the business rules and company policy. Handling missing values ensures completeness and prevents errors during reporting and analysis. And then the last one, question 3, data cleansing technique. So now I will explain how I perform data cleansing for specific issues. So the first one is missing customer addresses. To handle missing customer addresses, I will use Power Query. First, I will select the address column and then under the transform tab, I will choose the replace values function. I will replace null values with a standard text such as address not provided. This ensures that the field is not left empty and allows us to identify and count customers with incomplete information in reports. And then second one is inconsistent product categories. For inconsistent product categories such as laptop, with capital L, and then laptops with all small letter, or laptop all capital letter, I will standardize the format. In Power Query, I will select the category column. Then under the transform tab, I will use the format option and select capitalized each word. This will convert all variations into consistent formats such as laptop. For more complex situation, I could also create a conditional column to map different variation into one standardized category. This ensures consistency and improve reporting accuracy. So the last one is duplicate transaction ID. To handle duplicate transaction IDs, I will again use Power Query. First, I will select the transaction ID column. Then under the Home tab, I will click Remove Rows and select Remove Duplicates. This action keeps the first occurrence of each unique transaction ID and remove all subsequent duplicates. By doing this, we ensure data integrity and prevent sales figures from being double counted. So, go to the next one, section C.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ammar bin Ahmad Tamizi, and I will continue to do section C, the final part. Okay, so the section C is application and execution. Okay, first we need to design a practical ETL plan using Power BI or any ETL tool of your choice. So we use Power BI lah. So this need to include data source use, transformation step, and final tables or data set to be loaded. Okay, so we use Power BI. Okay, so first the data source. Okay, so we get the data source from CDOS, and they have sales file, customer file, product file, and branch file. Okay, so we need to detail transformation step in Power Query Editor. Okay, so first we need to load all the sources lah. So we the step is use the get data experience in Power BI desktop to connect to and load each of the 4 sources into Power Query. Okay, so you can see our our table on our report lah. So second is clean the customer table. So how to clean it is we need to remove duplicates. So how to remove it? We select the customer ID column, then go to home and go to remove rows and go to remove duplicates. Okay, yes, and second we need to handle missing addresses. So we select the address column and go to transform and replace values. So we need to replace null with address unknown. So third is to we need to clean the product table. So we need to standardize category. So how to do it is we select the category column and go to transform and format and capitalize each word. This will change laptops to capital letter. And second is we need to set correct data type. So we need to ensure the unit price column is set to decimal number and product ID is set to text. Okay, so the number 4 is clean the sales table. So sales table, we need to remove duplicate transaction. So we need to select the transaction ID column and go to home and go to remove rows and go to remove duplicates. Second, we set correct data types. So we change transaction date to date. So we remove the transaction to date type and quantity to whole number. Okay, third, we need to handle missing quantities. So we select the quantity column and use replace values to replace any null values with null. The null value we need to replace with the letter null lah. So number 5, clean the branch table. So the branch table only one, which is we need to check for duplicates. So we select the branch code column and use remove duplicates to ensure each branch is list only once. So last, we need to apply and load. So after all cleaning steps are defined in Power Query, click close and apply. So this will load the 4 clean tables into the Power BI data model. You can see in our report lah. And lastly is final tables and dataset model after the loading. So after loading, the final dataset in the Power BI model will consist these 4 related tables. That is sales, we need to contain transaction ID, transaction date, customer ID, product ID, branch ID, quantity and unit price. So the customer table, we need to contain customer ID, customer name, address, city, phone. Sorry. And for the product table, we need to contain product ID, product name, category and unit price. And last, the branch table, we need to contain branch ID, branch name, location and manager. So that's all lah. You can see in our report for detail. So that's all from me. Thank you.